Welcome to Recollection Mall. If you were a mall rat like me, or spent your formative years hanging out or being dragged to the mall by your parents or your parental units, then you've come to the right place. Have you ever gone into your childhood, teenage, or current mall and wondered, wasn't there a store or restaurant there? So let's take a trip down memory lane and take a look at that mall's history of yesteryear. Be sure you stick around to the end of this video and see if you can take my mall survey. So leave a comment or a memory of this mall below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks. Located in Waterford, Connecticut, just off Route 85, the Hartford Turnpike, Crystal Mall once played a key role in the region's retail economy. It was built on 85 acres and spanned over 780,000 square feet. It was one of the state's largest shopping centers and housed more than 100 stores at its peak. It was Connecticut's 9th largest mall, boasting 110 shops, mostly serving the nearby towns of Waterford, Stonington, Norwich, Groton, and New London. The mall was developed in 1984 by New England Development. The new mall was anchored by a Sears, a J.C. Penney, a Filene's, and a Jordan Marsh. When it opened, it was the only regional mall in the area, and many smaller shopping centers faced stronger competition. Some, like nearby New London Mall, was eventually forced to change strategies, such as becoming a lifestyle center. The mall opened with red and brown tiling, with select areas featuring yellow flower patterns in the tile. Wooden handrails lined the mall's upper level with wooden light posts. Another key feature was the crystal chandelier, which gave the mall character and its namesake. You may have remembered Casual Corner, Lane Bryant, The Limited Express, Petite Sophistical, Chess King, Benetton, The Gap, Wilson Suede, Baker's Shoes, Kinney Shoes, Floorshine, Foot Locker, Hanover Shoes, Stride Right, Tom McCann, This End Up, B. Dalton, KB Toys, Radio Shack, Record Town, Record World, Walden Books, Brookstone, Herman's, Spencer's Gift, Things Remembered, Wicks and Sticks, GNC, Joann's Fabrics, Perfumery Plus, Arby's, All American Hero, McDonald's, One Potato 2, Orange Julius, Au Bon Pain, Fannie Farmer, Haagen-Dazs, Pearl Vision Center, Deck the Walls, and many other companies. After about 10 years in operation, Crystal Mall's look was becoming a little outdated, and management realized it needed to be renovated. In 1996, Jordan Marsh closed. It reopened as a rebranded Macy's. According to the 1996 Directory of Major Malls, former electronics and music video stores included Ritz Camera, 1 Hour Photo, and Suncoast Motion Pictures. Burger King and Arby's also had their own dining rooms alongside Charlie's Eating and Drinking Saloon. In 1997, the mall underwent a renovation to upgrade its interior design. The previous dark color scheme was replaced by a brighter white one. The food court was remodeled, and lighting as well as other fixtures were improved. The massive center crystal chandelier was slated to be removed during the renovations, but the fixture was so popular with shoppers, so it was shined and remained. The mall was criticized for its aging exterior look and for not updating its tenants to keep up with the times. In October of 2000, a Target store would open near the mall. An Olive Garden would then open up in the surrounding area in June of 2004. In 2006, Filene's closed, as this was one of the number of New England malls that had both the Macy's and a Filene's, since Federated Department Stores bought May Company Department Stores causing many malls to have duplicate stores. Crystal Mall was no exception, and the decision was made to close one of them. In 2007, it was announced that 2 anchors would occupy the original filing spot, these 2 anchors being Christmas Tree Shops and Bed Bath & Beyond. Both retailers opened a few months later in early 2008 with Christmas Tree Shops on the first level and Bed Bath & Beyond on the second level. A Buffalo Wild Wings restaurant opened inside the mall on November 20th, 2011. But by the 2010s, the number of vacancies in the mall would begin to increase, with the mall soon becoming known as a dead mall by the 2020s. In January of 2019, the Sears store closed. In March of 2021, Macy's closed. And by November, it was reported that the building had been sold to a development firm. In 2022, Crystal Malls featured 3 dine-in restaurants: Buffalo Wild Wings, Olive Garden, and Longhorn Steakhouse. The food court had 7 eateries. In January of 2023, the Bed Bath & Beyond closed as the chain filed for bankruptcy and ceased operations. In August of that year, the Christmas Tree Shops closed when that chain went out of business. In 2023, the Crystal Mall in Waterford was sold at an auction. The 2-story shopping complex in southeastern Connecticut was under contract to an unknown buyer. It was later revealed that New York-based Namdar bought the 535,000 square foot Crystal Mall for $9.25 million at an auction in May of 2023, after its former owner transferred the property to lenders rather than pay off $81 million due on the mortgage. By the end of 2023, 4 of the 8 businesses in the food court had closed, leaving only Sarku, Walk Express, and Dairy Queen Orange Julius still in operation. In May of 2024, JCPenney closed, leaving the mall with no anchors and cementing its status as a dead mall. By February of 2025, the remaining tenants included H&R Block, Mr. Fix-It, Kay's Jewelers, Toy Vault, This and That, Min's Warehouse, Enzo Clothier, Pretzel Maker, Claire's, Eastside Games, A New You, Day Spa, T-Shirt World, Lids, Memories Inc., Sarku Japan, Walk Express, Spencer's, Hot Topic, Froyo World, InStyle Fragrance, Talbot's, Finish Line, Special Occasions, Victoria's Secret, AT&T, Lens Crafters, and Buffalo Wild Wings. In April of 2025, only 2 restaurants remain in the food court: Walk Express and Sarku. Mall patrons had continued to complain for years. The mall is now showing its neglect. The escalators and elevators are now all out of order. The only way to access the second floor, the first, is using the stairs in the middle of the mall. In October of 2025, Electric Boat announced it was buying the Crystal Mall in Waterford. Electric Boat President Mark Reha said the purchase will allow the company to consolidate its administrative functions on the property. Think about engineering labs or training facilities and other engineering software development. Consolidate them here in the mall so we could use that precious space on the waterfront in Groton to build submarines. As many as 5,000 Electric Boat employees are expected to work at the Crystal Mall site. Renovations could begin next year in 2026. The facility could open as Electric Boat office space in 2027. Over a period from June to the end of October, the submarine maker spent $31.4 million to buy 2 other parts of the mall from its owner. In November, Electric Boat completed the purchase of the final piece of the mall by acquiring the former Sears store. The mall is rumored to be closing in the middle of 2026. There are no anchor stores left. Congratulations!
Still here? It's over. Whoa. When I find you...
Pop quiz, hotshot.
This is only a test.
So if you've gotten this far into the video, thanks. So how many anchor stores closed or changed names at this mall? So if your answer was 7, Give yourself a hand. You were paying attention. Thanks for watching. So what are some of your memories of this mall? Leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to Recollection Mall. Add your name to the mall directory. Thanks.